Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are in a nice city of Sheffield, and the area that we're in today is called Darnall, and this is an absolutely deprived area and an absolute rough area. So come on with me and let's have a look with what this area has to offer. I've heard a load of things about this area as well too. Back in the day in Darnall was just a normal place to stay. No problems, nothing bad going on, no antisocial behaviour, nothing like that. But over the times, it's just all changed. And when I mean all changed, there's just so much dirt everywhere. For example, over here, like you might think right now, oh, this all looks okay, but it generally isn't. Like, it just looks absolutely messed up. And there's a big diversity in Darnall as well too. A very big diversity, and us people who are born and bred in the UK are hard-working people and we deserve more, but for some odd reason the diverse people that are in the UK get more than what we get, and it's absolutely unfair in my opinion. So we're currently on, I believe, Barnardistant Road. If any of you guys are from Darnall, in Sheffield, Darnall, please do drop a comment below. Please do let me know with what you do think of this area, because I just think it's just absolutely horrendous in my opinion. There's been a lot of violence in Darnall. It's, well, in all short terms, it's all turned into the bloody Wild West. Like absolute Wild West. It's that people are killing each other over nothing. You know, there's been loads of incidents of rape in Darnall. You know, people's children aren't even safe to go out. Hell, if I did have children, I would never let them go out in this area without being supervised at all. That's just my opinion and how I see things and sort of whatnot. So we're currently just walking up Barnardistant Road, and when we get to the end of the road, we'll just then continue further and just explore Darnall, or as people say, Darnall. So catch you on the other side. Right, so we just made it across Barnardistant Road, just sort of down there. If you can see where it says Barnardistant Road sign, I just zoomed in sort of a little bit. So now we're on Coventry Road, which is the main road, and there's a school down there called, well, it was called back in the day Greenlands Junior School. I think it's called High Hazel sort of Academy or High Hazel School. I have no idea, but it's one of them along them lines. So right, so as I was sort of speaking to yourselves about Darnall as a whole, as it was before, I do remember back in the day, even this area around here, it was very playful, very joyful. You know, kids running outside, you know, having the time of their lives. You know, as me being a young kid as well, you know, when we're young, we like to go outside, play in the park, play with our friends. Because I think nowadays and age, with children as well, especially, and the modern day of a normal human being in society, it's all, now everyone's glued on their phone, social media, all these things. And it just brainwashes you just to think a different way of life. And I just think that's utterly incorrect. Over here, I remember back in the day, people used to play football around here. I literally did. But it looks like everything's just now a ghost town. Further down behind this brick wall, should I call it, there used to be a park. And this park, it was a very big park. Absolutely very big park. People used to play in it. There's swings, slides, you name it. And for some odd reason, there has been absolute degenerates and renegades that have come and trashed that park, where they put graffiti on, people going to the park. Bear in mind, it's the children's park, by the way. This park over here, look, you're seeing it now, it's just a plain land. This was a park once. And children come to this park and play. And you have adults, young adults, probably 18, 19-year-olds coming into this park, urinating on the slides, urinating on the floor over here, graffiti, spitting, bringing rubbish in. And like you say, I think people did report this to the council, and when they did report it to the council, because the council in Darnall is so bad, this is what I've heard anyway, the council is so bad in Darnall, instead of supporting the park and funding it and to put some implements in place, what they've done instead is they're just taken out the park. So they've taken out this park, so Rest in peace, this park. It was a good park. I remember back in the day coming here as a kid, but now it's gone, and we're just now left with sort of greenery and sort of rubble and sort of whatnot. So another thing as well too is going back to saying that we are hard-working people that are British citizens and born in this country. All these houses here, it was all not diverse at all whatsoever. It was British, you know, British people staying in these houses and whatnot. But now they've moved out. You're thinking, why are you saying this for? Like, what's the change? The change is they've realised, come to realisation that this area has absolutely gone to shambles. It's gone to shambles, and they've done the right thing, as anyone else should do that do live in Darnall, is just basically just to move out. Because the more longer you do stay in this place in Darnall, you'll either get into some altercation with some random people outside for no reason. People would start threatening you, start wanting to find out where you live, break your windows, your house, all of that. And it's absolutely disgusting behaviour. So now with these houses, these are now funded for Eastern Europeans, Romanian gypsies, you know, immigrants that have been immigrants before, but then they found their legal stay here and their citizenship, and obviously some Asians as well too. So back in the day, you would think, you know, having a house and things like that, we always have to go through some sort of process. But for these people, they get it easy. They absolutely get it easy. And sort of whatnot, claiming a disability, you know, making fibs up to get disability and to get personal independence payments as well. And our wages keep going to them, we keep funding them. Our government is absolutely corrupt as well too. Really, really, really corrupt. As you may have heard on the news with the Labour Party, in terms of the grooming gangs, with what they want to do is they want to not pursue it further and drop charges, which I do think is absolutely diabolical, in my opinion anyway. So that's absolutely disgusting. And there's been a lot of rape incidents in Darnall as well too. Rape incidents, and let me shine some insight on it with one rape case that was going on in Darnall that I did read an article about, and it left me heartbroken. It absolutely left me heartbroken. Is that there are people in Darnall, not adults, they're not even adults as well, 14-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids and a 16-year-old kid. They raped a 21-year-old woman, and the place that they raped the woman, it was in broad daylight apparently. I think it was a broad daylight. It was the days when the days were getting sort of short, I think. It's one of them two. And they raped a 21-year-old woman, and she was just coming home from a long day of work, and she's been exposed to this, and she has fallen into a victim of rape. And the council, they don't give a shit at all. They don't want to do anything about it. I believe they haven't done anything about it at all. The only thing that they've done is they've kept them people in custody. But what you do need to understand is, as this young woman had been raped, there's no other justice that has been sort of given to her at all. It's now the past is the past sort of thing. So our council is absolutely bad. Another thing as well with our council as well too is there also has been shootings in this Darnall as well too. Council don't want to do anything about it. People have died on Staniford Road. Car crashes, falling off bikes, things like that. Council still do not want to implement anything for people's safety or put any procedures in place. So I do find that absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And I do feel sorry for the people that do live in Darnall. I absolutely do. Like my heart does go out for you, the people that are struggling day to day in even getting out and about in Darnall. Because let me just tell you something right now. Getting out and about in Darnall as a whole itself is I'd say it's a big sacrifice, because you don't know with what you're getting when you're going outside. Because you've got these wannabe gangster Asians, you know, with hired cars, and they just be driving up and down the roads. I have a few friends in Darnall as well, and they've told me that it's been hard for them to go to sleep, because all that they can hear in the middle of the night is a car going up and down Staniford Road like they're going to be getting laid or something. That's what they think, but in reality, they are just renegades, in my opinion. And yeah, so with that, you have people driving up and down fast, and Staniford Road is apparently when you stand outside your house and you want to go somewhere, you can't walk in a peaceful manner because you'll always get stared down by people, by the ethnic Asian group. They'd stare at you, give you dirty looks, and sort of whatnot. and they'd always try to make you feel intimidated, so they feel inferior over yourself. And it's very sad. It's absolutely very sad. And to say, you know, come from a religion of peace and being a Muslim, you know, it's all about peace and treating everybody with respect. But I feel as though in Darnall that is not even sort of a case at all whatsoever, where they forget they forget religion as a whole, and they just basically be bloody vigilantes and make their own sort of decisions which they think is right and wrong. And then you see them go to the bloody local mosque and try to sort of pretend that, hey, I'm a good Muslim, I'm peaceful, this, that, the other. But when you see them outside behind closed doors, they're up to all sort of anarchy and sort of things like that. So I do think it's absolutely disgusting and abysmal behaviour. Also, another thing as well in sort of Darnall that you may sort of, well, you may have come across in sort of loads of articles and things like that. There's a lot of drugs around in this place as well too. So it's known for its drugs, day in, day out, wherever you walk about, things like that. You'll always see a group of men, and like I will say, but a group of renegades and sort of whatnot, stood outside a shop selling drugs, you know, breaking people's families, doing this, that, the other. But then at the same time, you would sort of think these people come from a peaceful religion and they're selling drugs on the street, they're breaking people's families, you know, doing all sorts of mayhem. And it just makes you think, because what world do we live in? It's absolutely bad, because they are the sort of people that will sort of sell their parents off just for a bit of money. And then people have got no souls at all whatsoever. So like I do say again, I am sorry for the people that live in Darnall that have to go through these things, especially with people in general that do have kids, you know, and they want to keep their kids away from all these, from all this antisocial behaviour, from all these problematic things in Darnall. And I feel sorry, because them parents at home, they probably want to take their kids out to the local park and whatnot, but they can't. They can't, because it is a bit scary at times. So this is another park here. I don't know if this is the Fillmore Park, but it is a park. There used to be a sign here, I believe. Bloody hell, I think they have also taken the sign off, because there used to be a sign over here. But anyway, this is another park. And there's been an incident in this park as well too. Children playing in this park, and there was some sort of rude 18 plus things going on around this park whilst there were kids playing in the park. So you please figure that one out and you tell me what you think of that. Is that acceptable or is that unacceptable? Absolute disgrace. Darnall's an absolute disgrace. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So with me now moving on, as we're going down now, I believe this is the Fillmore sort of side of sort of things. Like I say, this has all gone to shit. Just look at it. Our council just don't even care about anything at all whatsoever. They honestly do not. And it's just very sad. It's absolutely very sad, is that there's no sort of power or anything around here at all whatsoever. And for myself as well, being a Muslim and following the religion of Islam, I'm absolutely disgusted with these degenerates in this city, in Sheffield, in Darnall. I think this is acceptable behaviour, because it gives us a bad name as Muslims. It absolutely gives us a bad name. And the people that sort of say, you see on YouTube and whatnot, be like, oh, Muslims this, Muslims that, you know, they're doing this, they're doing that. I agree with you. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I do agree with you. It's just unfortunate that these people have forgotten religion, and they've basically created their own religion, if that's the correct thing of me saying, because Muslims should not be them sort of people to cause violence, you know, get into drugs, you know, do things that are forbidden. And even drink alcohol, because a lot of them do drink alcohol as well too, believe it or not. And you see them the next day in the bloody mosque trying to make as though that they're sort of okay, but that's not the reality at all whatsoever. Literally isn't. So I believe these are what you see ahead of me are the sort of Fillmore flats, and these sorts of flats are a case of, I think this is a deprived sort of place where people do sort of stay in these flats, because it's just absolutely sort of disgusting. I believe the environment here. We'll have a look at a few, and you just let me know what you think. So, Darnall Tarragara, is that called? Well, okay, no fly tipping. Look at that sign. We'll zoom into it. No fly tipping, right? So that says no fly tipping. Let's see then if people have obeyed the sort of rules from here. So that's that. Let's go. And usually this place has a lot of activity, a lot of violence, a lot of people stood around here where this white pole is, smoking some sort of recreational drugs and sort of whatnot. So yeah, so this is some side down here. Right. So yeah, so it's just, Darnall's has absolutely gone to shambles. It's just absolutely gone to shambles. It's just, you just look at it and you just think, what the hell is going on here? God, it upsets me to see that a place which was modernised and just normal before now gone into the bloody Wild West. And not even only that, it's just scary for people to go out on a day-to-day basis and for them to even take their children out anywhere, because I'll tell you this something right now too, and someone did once tell me, is they feel very uncomfortable going out of their house because people do always give them dirty looks. And bear in mind, traffic lights, you know, everyone knows how a traffic light works, don't you? When you press the buzzer or the button or whatever you'd like to call it, is from there you wait for the red light to cross. And there was a person with their child that wanted to cross the road. It was red lights, it was their way, and there was a car going so super fast, didn't care, flagged the lights. It would have killed the child as well and the parent. But like I say, these people don't give a shit at all whatsoever. They don't even care. This is why their living circumstances are absolutely dirty as well too. Like some people who do live in Sheffield, for example, you know, you might know places like Page Hall, you know, all these places, Nether Edge, whatnot. So majority of the areas are dirty, and the reason is because of these people. If they don't care about themselves and they're happy to do all these degenerate and disgusting things outdoors and not care about religion and not care about their faith itself and to go out and to do with whatever they please, you see how they live. If they're doing dirty things outside, majority of the time their house is dirty. That's why you see rubbish everywhere around their house, on the floors and whatnot. As we came past that sign, no fly tipping, what on earth do we see here? We see some beer cans, we see some lager, we see some Colgate as well. Looks like someone's brushing their teeth around here, or someone's sleeping around here. We have no idea. Just look absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. This area makes me sick. It absolutely makes me absolutely sick. Just look at that. Where's the pride in taking care of your streets? Like, where is the pride? Just have a look. Just have a look at that. That's just absolutely disgusting. What is that? Look at that. Someone outside their house. I don't know if you can see that, people, but I can see bloody bin bags. Just bin bags out there. Just left. And some cardboard. It's like that is infestation of rats. Of absolute rats. So let's carry on going, and yeah, we'll have a look to see if we can actually get into one of these flats, which I highly doubt we even can, because there usually be the door which is always open. But I don't know, do I risk going in? Or if I do risk going in and opening that door, I think I might get stabbed. I don't want to be going into any sort of places in Darnall which do look a bit sketchy at all, because I do not want to risk myself getting stabbed or killed by a degenerate out here. So like I say, maybe I shouldn't have come out by myself here. Maybe I should have brought someone with me, because like I say, this area is not safe at all. Even the local police and things like that, they don't even care about this area whatsoever. Someone could get shot, the police don't care. They just laugh about it. The reason why they laugh about it is because they know people out here are like cats and dogs. That's just the only reason. So let's have a look. This is the entrance of the flats, I believe, down here. But like I say, if I zoom in down there, you just see again, absolute rubbish everywhere. Rubbish. Just look at that. What the hell is going on? That is so bad. That's absolutely bad as well. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And then I believe you can see down there, someone's probably left a toy car. Again, graffiti. Graffitis are always a must in bloody Darnall. Vandalising and just doing all these things. People just don't care at all in Darnall, and it's just very sad. And another thing is, there's a lot of ethnic people in terms of the Asians and the Romanian gypsies. These people in this area have just basically taken over this area, And if I were to say anything, this area is just like, you know, as it's like an aftermath. You know, when someone drops an atom bomb on a place and it all blows up and sort of whatnot, and then there's radiation about and everything's just like uninhabitable and things like that. This is what this place is. This is what this place is. Just look at it. Just look how bad it looks. It's just absolutely so bad. So bad. It is disgusting. It's an absolutely disgusting place. Absolutely. Like, yeah, you might see an okay house and whatnot, but don't be fooled if you see a good house there, because you're still in Darnall and it's not safe. You can have a house worth £1 million in Darnall. You're still not going to be safe. You're still not going to be safe. People will come and find you as easy victim and target, and they will come and rob you. And it's just very upsetting. It's upsetting that the people that do violence here are the Muslims, Asians, and it's just upsetting as well. We've got paedophiles as well too. Yeah, I've got paedophiles in. It's just absolutely just disgusting. So yeah, so I believe like this is sort of the end of the main sort of place. Oh look, there's a sign. It says Darnall Darnall Neighbourhood Park. If you guys can see it, I've zoomed into the most. Yep, Darnall Community Park. That's what it is. And I believe this used to be a pub before, back in the day as well. The Greenlands. Let's just have a look at this. Say graffiti again at its finest, all over there. Hot and cold, food, entertainment. Just imagine right, back in the day, how this place was. How this place was, like I say, you got a pub here. You know, just think about no rubbish, no bullshit, anything, look on the floor, no rubbish or anything like that. Everything is fine. Think about the times in the olden days, shall I say. Think about in the olden days and sort of whatnot, when people were just minding their own business, going to work, coming home, you know, taking their wife out on a date, things like that, going to nice places in Darnall. I bet there was nice places back in the day, in the olden times, where no one would cause you trouble or anything. But now look at it. You can't even take your own children out for a walk in this area. And not only that as well too, is if you walk out with your wife in this area, unfortunately she may be sexually assaulted. And I'm not shitting on this area at all. Darnall, it's got its flaws. But it's got a few positives. You know, the positive sort of side is, you know, they've got a park called High Hazels Park, and it's like a huge park. You can just go there for walks. But I wouldn't risk that as well, because a woman did set herself on fire. So I do take that back. It has got no positives at all negatives. So if you guys do want to come for a holiday in Sheffield, please do avoid Darnall. Like I will say again, it is absolutely disgusting. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you do want more content like this, please do let me know in the comments, and thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.